Hey everybody, it's Ozone. Welcome back to another episode of Vault Hunters with the Leftovers. I had really wanted to get some more work done on the castle and come back and say, look at all the work that I did. And while yes, I do want to do that, I also want to get moved into the castle. It's got a lot of work left to be done, but it's also good enough to start moving into. And well, home is where your storage system is. And for a long time, mine has been here. Way too long. Now, as you can see, I've got a few missing chests here because I've started to move in. I'm really anxious. It's like moving out of mom and dad's house, you're really excited to do that. And so even though your new apartment's not really ready yet, you just gotta go. And so that's what I've started to do. But I also had a bit of an epiphany because I started to set up a traditional storage system in here. I made a bunch of glass item frames so we could see everything that's in here, but then I had an aha moment. This is Vault Hunters. We have mods. And I don't need to do this. I mean, having a well-organized storage system is really, really important. And this is a great first step, but this is low tech, and we could do better. I mean, specifically, we have several storage mods available here, right? I mean, drawers and refined storage are the go-tos that everybody uses, but we all know the problems with that. Drawers, while they do only cost one, are not very good at storing just a large amount of miscellaneous items, and refined storage is much better at that, but it costs 4 and then requires power. Now, most people are going for simple storage networks, and I think that's the direction I should be going too. So there's really little point in setting up all this storage in here if I'm just going to have to tear it down or move it when I implement a storage system like simple storage networks. So I was really, really excited to get started, but now it's time to pump the brakes and reconsider everything. What I really need to do is I really need to get simple storage. Now, simple storage networks is, as the name implies, really, really simple. All it does is give you an interface into the chests that you already have. So basically, you use the exact same storage that you would otherwise in this situation. I'm going to have a giant wall of chests downstairs hidden out of the way, and I have a nice terminal interface where I can search for and collect the items out of the chest. And I don't really need to be able to find an item within a specific chest because, well, that's what it does. Now, simple storage has been greatly reduced since Vault Hunters 3rd edition was first released. Simple storage does offer a lot more capabilities in the terms of a crafting grid and interfaces that will allow you to import or export items out of the system, but all of those have been removed because they were lag-inducing. And so the very low cost of 1 knowledge star is justified because simple storage, while it is nice and handy, is also extremely limited. But it's still better than a wall of chests. Now, I'd always planned to use the interior of the cloud, and when Fuzzy built it, he asked if I wanted it to be left hollow, which I did. And I really think that somewhere down here is going to be the right place to put all of the chests that we need for simple storage. But there's also a lot of glass involved in this build, and while, yes, it looks good from the outside, it doesn't really look good to be able to look inside and see a whole bunch of chests. So I've been running around and covering up all of the glass here with other blocks in order to block the view, because seeing a whole bunch of chests inside the cloud just doesn't seem to be a very good way to go. So yeah, I've got a little bit of work to do, kind of blocking up all these holes. I've done a bunch of it already, but there's clearly a lot more to go. It's taking a whole lot more of the blocks than I ever anticipated to get everything covered up. All right, so doing a little bit of flying around. I think it's looking a lot better. It's a little disconcerting to be able to see inside, and so I'm liking that. I think it was the right choice. Looks more cloud-like now. And so with that part done, well, the next part is right here. We need the knowledge star. And this will be my first knowledge star crafted on this server. Now, obviously, there's a lot of other people around that have crafted knowledge and already unlocked a lot of things, but I'm running a little slow, and to a certain extent, I'm mooching off of them. But I've gotten 20 knowledge shards, which is enough for 2 full stars. I only need 1, but I'm going to go ahead and craft the other one up too. We need a bunch of vault diamonds, and we need bennies, which I need to break down apparently. You ready for that satisfying vein mine? Okay, here we go. Yummy. Only 25 bennies though. I kind of expected a little bit more from that. I think I could really only craft up the 1 star, because that's the core. Yeah, and then 1 star. So I thought I had a decent amount of gems, but not enough. Well, regardless, 1 star is all I need. So let's nom 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 nom. Yes. And of course, we have to choose the knowledge we're going to spend it on. My goal is simple storage networks. Done and done. And another nice thing about getting simple storage is I can access other people's storage systems. Because, yeah, you need to have simple storage unlocked before you can access it yourself. Not all mods are built this way. Like drawers, you don't have to have drawers unlocked in order to be able to utilize the drawers themselves, which is really kind of interesting. But simple storage you do. So if I wanted to go borrow something from Fuzzy, I could totally do that now. And another really good thing is that storage systems in general, all of the items within this category, do not have a cost increase as you take other items in it. So if we compare this to, say, looting, if I were to go into double pouches, you see that there is a cost increase of 2 for every time we take a research. So even though double pouches only costs 1, once I take this, the next research that I do within this group is going to be costing 2 more, and each one after that costs 2 more. So if I wanted stack upgrades, that's 3, or the belts would be another 5, and on and on and on. The storage category is special because they don't have that increase, which is going to make it really nice for when we do want drawers later on. So when it comes to simple storage, there's not a lot of options to it. I don't even think that these upgrades are very useful anymore at all, but we do need one of these storage routes. This is required. Every network has to have one of those, and they aren't that bad. We need quartz, and honestly, I don't know where to get quartz. I'll have to ask around. I think we can find quartz in the raw vaults. I just haven't. Once we have a network route, then we can access it with the storage inventory. And the storage inventory is not that bad at all, really. Basically, all of the costs in this mod aren't that bad because it is intended to be used early on. So with these 2 blocks, you have the ability to access your inventory and manage your inventories, but you have to actually connect up the chests to the inventories itself, and that's where these link cables go. You need a link cable for each chest that you're connecting up to, and then you can use these network cables to run the extra distances to get to the route or to connect the route to the inventory and things like that. So there's really only these 4 blocks that you need to worry about, and they're not that bad. Like the link cables is network cables in wood, and the network cables is just chromatic iron and glass. So yeah, it's simple. But that means I need to craft up a whole bunch of cables and find some quartz. So this will be fun. All right, Vert has been able to find a raw vault that has nether stuff in it. And, yes, I'm on my way to his base, I think. This is scary. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, I see light. Oh my, this is scary. Okay. There. So he said to follow the trail of limestone blocks. So there we go. There's the limestone blocks. Wow, that's a good trail. Very easy to follow. Okay, cool. I have never seen one of these. I just traveled like 50 rooms trying to find one of these nether themes. And, well, here we go. Quartz is what I need. Nice.
Ozone?
Hi.
Hello. You made it.
I
We
did.
found you one.
Thank you. I sure
You are
appreciate
welcome.
it.
My pleasure. If you go this way, yeah, this way after, you'll find another one.
To the north. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Good luck. I'm gonna go hunt down some zinc.
Okay. Yeah, good luck to you on that. All right, so now thanks to Vert, we can actually get that quartz. Let's get this fortuned up. This is going to be satisfying. Let's go. Oh, nice. And so now it's all pretty easy. Getting that block of quartz was the hardest part. I already made up a bunch of link cables, so we've got a storage route, which again, we only need 1 of those, and the storage inventory, which we should only need 1 of as well. So just like the chest wall upstairs, I think a chest wall down here is going to be in order. And I am making these double chests even though the system doesn't really care, right? Simple Storage doesn't care whether you've got single or double chests, but it does reduce the number of link cables that I'm going to need because it's one link cable per chest, where if they're all single, that means twice as many link cables that are going to be necessary. So this is really just all about efficiency. And I can pack them in just as tight as I want them to be because I don't really ever need to open them. Normally, that top row of chests would not be accessible, but in this case, we're just fine. We're just fine. That's a pretty good wall of chests. Now I got to be able to reach them all. Like I said, we need a link cable on each one of them. So, like this. Haha! Wow, that was perfect. I really didn't know exactly where I was underneath the link cables, but that was perfect. I'm going to put the route right out here to the outside of the link cables. It doesn't really matter where the route is in conjunction with all of the rest of the cables and all of the other chests. But I believe there's something against having the link cables connecting to multiple chests, so it means I can't put chests over on this side anyway, which is all fine. So then I need one network cable to get up here. If I can get up here. Nope. They're not a full block apparently. And then I need my interface right there in the middle of the floor, and I can put something in it. So we like put the chromatic steel in there, and we can see that it's there. But that'll make it super easy for me to just break these chests, bring in all the items, and then just dump the items right on in here. This is so nice. I am so excited to have this. Let me clean my inventory completely. That'll make the whole process a whole lot easier. And I'll get back once I don't have this wall of chests anymore. Now, I will say that you do have to be careful about putting things that have a lot of NBT data in them, like these jewels and like vault gear. You do not want to put vault gear, vault tools, or jewels into there. Basically, if it's a vanilla resource or if it stacks, it's okay. But if it's something like this where everything is a little bit different, that's a no-no. You don't want to do that because it can corrupt the system. Those are going to have to find a home somewhere else. But for right now, we're just clearing up the old inventory and putting everything in the system. Now, the big downside of this type of system is that you still need a crafting table right nearby because there is no crafting grid as associated with this, meaning you can't just do the crafting right in this interface that you have all of your other stuff. But what do you expect for a knowledge point? Come on. And with this, we are finally moved out of Mom and Dad's house. You know, it hasn't been like this since the very start of the very first episode, and the view of the castle is a lot nicer. But we still got a lot of work left to do on the castle, and now that the storage system is done, well, that has to come next. Well, maybe not done. Done enough. Now, people have been using my Vault Enchanter and Vault Identifier, so I made up a second one. We're just going to leave them right here by the portal as a gift to the community so that everybody can still keep using them. Now, in a vault recently, I found some of this red terracotta shingles, and honestly, I think that this will work really well for the roofs of my towers. I mean, they are shingles, and that's what they're made to do, but I like the red color, and I think it's going to stand out. They have other colors of terracotta, of course, and I'd even considered like amethyst blocks, but I like the red terracotta shingles. So let's go give that a try. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that adds a lot. It needs a flag. Let's do a flag. Yep, totally needed that flag. I like it. I like it. All right, let's do the other side. Oh, yeah. Can you see what I mean? It just totally makes it pop. Maybe the middle tower can stay, but definitely the big square and the big back tower have got to go. All right, next change coming up. Yeah. I do think simpler is better in this case. I really liked the idea of having multiple towers and to have one be really, really tall. But I think it muddied the waters too much and just confused things. So, yeah, I think simpler is better in this case. Nice. Nice to have some good progress. Now we need to work on the beanstalk. Now for the beanstalk, once again, I'm looking at the terracotta shingles, but this time in green. I think the texture really works well for a plant, and I harvested a bunch of these from the dragons that are in the vaults, and I think there was one theme that had them in the walls. So I think that's a good place to start. I had also made some regular green terracotta, so we can mix some of that in, and maybe some moss as well. Actually, I considered making the whole thing out of stone and just converting it to moss with bone meal. But I think maybe the terracotta works better because there are slab and stair variants of the terracottas. Shingles, that is. The terracotta shingles, I mean. Ooh, somebody left me a present. Looks like it's a block of diamond, actually. So that must mean it's fuzzy. The debt is fulfilled. 1 block of diamond. Nice. Now, as a bit of a reminder, honestly, I'm not even certain that I knew this when we first started, but the first person to die on the server owes everybody a diamond block. It's something of a tradition here. And you all remember, that was Fuzzy. He was with me, we got separated, and then he died. So apparently this is the payment for that. Oh, such traditions are so much fun, aren't they? Well, anyway, I came out here to start working on the beanstalk. I had always envisioned it doing a very lazy little wind. I don't want it to be too tight, and I don't really want it to be very circular at all. So actually, I think I'm going to start here and kind of wind up over that way, and then come back and hit the door over there. And I'm going to be working with these. And let's see. Let's put, yeah. Start going right there. I want to make this 2 blocks wide at all times. And I want to have a bunch of slabs in here because we can have slabs, even though I don't have any yet. But we can have slabs in here to make this a nice, easy step up. Actually, I started the wrong way, didn't I? I said I wanted to go up that way, not up this way. All right. Well, and there we have a bit of beanstalk. It's just a bit. It's just enough to get up to the castle, and I do eventually want to take it down, maybe into another cloud where it can kind of disappear. I'm not really sure. It's a little hard to actually tell the curvature of it. I kind of liked it better before I put all the leaves around it, honestly, but it works pretty well. I mean, I think this works really well. Looks a lot like a beanstalk. This texture of the shingles works well. As you can see, I've got a railing all the way around to keep people from falling off. And it takes us up to the drawbridge and a little bit further. The other thing that I am concerned about is blocking the view of my castle for too much. If I take this and keep going up, well, it's going to block the view of my castle. So I don't think that I want to take this too much further. I may even back this back down a little bit. But it is functional, which is nice, you know. I now have a way to get in and out of my castle without having to fly, which is going to be great if I ever die. So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good, and the castle is coming along fairly well. Well, now that we've got all the fun building stuff done, there's a couple more things that I want to do before finishing out this episode. And in my hands, I've got a book and quill. And this was surprisingly hard to get. The ink sac was something I had to get from Vert, or I think Corey has some too, but the bottom line is I don't know where to get ink sacs, and they're pretty hard to find. I think Vert gets them because he's built so low in the world, and I think Corey had made a special pool because he's in an ocean biome, but the bottom line is I don't know that we can get ink sacs from the raw vaults, and well, yeah, it was pretty hard to get a book and a quill. Now, why do I want a book and a quill? Well, we're making a little mini game. It's a very simple mini game. It's actually more of a mixer because we've got a mixture of old and new players on this server, and I thought it would be good to do a little something to make them interact and get to know each other a little bit. So let's read what we have here in the book. The Third Degree. This season we're mixing several new players with several existing players, and what better way to help everyone get to know each other than an old-fashioned mixer. This game is a copy of, based on, The Third Degree from Hermitcraft. Your task is to ask 3 thought-provoking questions of another player in order to learn more about them. And now, if you played in Season 2, you may only ask questions of someone new to Season 3. And if you're new to Season 3, you may only ask questions of someone who played in Season 2. And you may not ask questions of someone already in the player list. Once you've asked your questions of someone, pass the book on to them. As the new recipient of the book, add your name to the player list and find someone to ask your thought-provoking questions. And lastly, we have the player list. So this is how we keep track and keep people from asking the same people over and over again. So everybody's got to find somebody different to ask questions of. What do you think? I rather like it, honestly. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I think the other leftovers on the server will have a lot of fun too with it. Now, unfortunately, Fuzzy is the only one on the server right now, and we've already had a couple interactions. But there's Stircat. I think we introduce this by talking to Stircat. Stircat, you got your ears on?
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
Oh, you're looking lovely in here. This place is lovely. A bit
Thank
tiny.
you. Thank you.
A bit tiny, but
Yeah, I need more space.
you had this up like day one, so that's understandable. It's taken me a week and a half or whatever to make my castle over there.
Well, I expanded this. I had to. It
Yeah,
was only this.
yeah, you've
So.
got wow, lots of drawers.
Mhm.
All right, well, I have a little game that I want to play, if you don't mind, if you got some time.
Okay.
It's called The Third Degree. Do you watch Hermitcraft? Have you seen
Yes.
what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So the idea here is that we've got a mix of players, who hadn't really known each other. So we need to get to know each other, and so we need a mixer, a good old-fashioned
Okay.
mixer. And so
Okay.
that's what this book is about.
Okay.
It's a hot potato book kind of thing, and I'm going to start with you if you don't mind.
Sure. Okay. So I'm reading this.
Oh, you don't have to. I can explain it, but you can read it if you like.
This is mixing several new players with several existing players. What better way to help everyone get to know each other than an old-fashioned mixer? Are we going in a blender or something? This game is so...
Maybe the term is an American term, and but it's it's a way to get to know people. It's often a party game kind of thing.
Okay. Your task is to ask 3 thought-provoking questions of another player in order to learn more about them. Okay.
Uh-huh.
If you played in Season 2, you may only ask the question of someone new to Season 3. If you're new to Season 3, you may only ask questions to someone who played in Season 2. You may not ask questions of someone already in the player list. Once you have asked questions of someone, pass this book on to them. As the new recipient of the book, add your name to the playlist and find someone to ask your thought-provoking questions. Okay.
Yeah. So I was going to go ahead and ask you the thought-provoking questions, but I passed the book on to you a little early because of the explanation. So, are you ready for some thought-provoking questions?
I don't know.
They're not going to be that bad. Okay. All right. So, if you could undo the mob vote and bring in any mob that lost the mob vote into the game, which one would you bring into the game?
Isologer.
Isologer. Nice. Yeah, I like it. That's what I was rooting for that one too. Because, I think I voted for LA. I think that was the same year as the LA. And the LA was just too interesting. But the Isologer is a very interesting one. And we definitely need some new hostile mobs.
Winter mobs.
Yeah.
Hostile winter mobs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Nice. All right. If you could add one block from any one of our mods to vanilla Minecraft, which one might that be?
A block.
Yeah, just a single block.
Just a single block.
If we're talking about something that's mostly decorative, then maybe it's variants as well. But we're not talking about an entire mod pack.
Okay, just a block. So can I say variants?
Yeah, sure.
For example, yeah. The variants that are in this pack of cobblestone, I really like.
Aha. I don't see that you've used any in your build here.
Not yet. I used it all in Season 2.
In Season 2. Okay. So that would be like what? The cobblestone cobblestone bricks and I things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the twigs.
Okay.
Of some bricks. Yeah.
Yeah. Brick slabs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Cool. All right. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one. If you could travel 100 years into the future, you personally, not you as a character, as a one-way trip, would you go?
Where I would go?
Would you
That's a tricky one.
would you go 100 years into the future, not knowing what there is there, not being able to come back? And probably and I guess you could qualify it about whether you have family or not, because I mean this is a whatever. You know, I think most people, if they have family, the answer is a hard no. But you know, I don't know. Maybe you
Yeah,
don't like your
but
family that much.
it would be fun. Fun, but not going back. That's a tricky one.
Yeah, yeah, one way. That's the thought-provoking nature of it, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. Right now I would go for no.
Because of your family.
Because I like it here.
Because you like the time that we're in. Okay. All right. So those are your three thought-provoking questions. So now that you've answered the questions, you shouldn't have to answer any more. Add your name to the book and then find some other unwitting sop to pester.
Okay, so I can ask them any questions I want, huh?
Yeah.
They have to think. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I definitely had to think ahead and come up with those questions ahead of time. So I highly recommend that you do. But yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. Yes. Okay.
But
Well,
we're a little shy on new players. Oh, well, I guess there is Vert. You could potentially go bug Vert. So
well, he bugged me by singing in his video, so maybe, yes.
I don't think he ever shuts up, does he?
Yeah, it could take a while. So, yeah, I have to think about that.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the little question grilling third degree.
Yeah, sure.
And I hope everybody else does too.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah. All right. It's dark and scary out right now, but I'm going to go. Have fun. Bye.
You too, bye.
Oh, I think that went pretty well. I think it went as well as I had hoped it would go. Nice. And I think it will be fairly well received from the other players. So look for their interactions and their thought-provoking questions in their videos. And now the last thing I want to do is introduce everybody to the real resident of this castle. Did you think I was building it for me? Well, maybe, sorta. Well, you'll just have to see, I suppose. So, following in the example of Scar, let's do a elven twirl. Introducing Princess Ozone. Every castle has to have a princess, right? So, yeah, now we've got Princess Ozone. Now, if you remember a couple episodes, Fuzzy was the one that came up with the idea. You know, when I told him about the castle on the cloud, he said that was very princessy of me. Yeah, so it's a little less of an island and more of a cloud.
You want a cloud?
How about a castle on a cloud?
That sounds very princessy.
Yeah, I'm totally a steampunky princess, right?
Princess Ozone.
And so I just loved it. Like I said, every castle has to have a princess. So here we are. What do you think? And where do we find our princess in a castle? Well, in the tallest room of the tallest tower. And so I've been making this windy staircase to get up to the top of the tallest tower. And, well, it's a little tight because this tower is a little small. But here we are, finally, at the top of the tower. Now, obviously, this needs a little decorating, but this is where Princess Ozone's bedroom needs to be. And when it comes to a bed worthy for a princess, will a plain old bed like this do? No, 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 no. Look at how flat and hard that bed is. No, a true princess needs to have the softest bed around. And, well, we have these lovely velvet blocks that we get in the vaults. And with them, you can make an amazing velvet bed. I mean, just look at this thing. Oh, look at how soft it is, how plush it is, how big the pillow is compared to that thing. Oh, this is the bed for a princess. Absolutely. So let's go put a few of these upstairs. I mean, you ever heard of the Princess and the Pea? One bed is just not enough. So 1, 2, 3. Gonna need a little help to be getting up to the tops of these beds, it looks like. 4, 5, 6. This will be just perfect. And now it's time to call Fuzzy over and get his reaction. Okay, you inspired this. You gotta know.
Okay. Did I?
Yeah, well, yeah. My skin.
This?
You just totally
Oh,
looked
hold on.
past the skin. Come on.
What? Is that a princess dress?
That is absolutely a princess dress.
Oh my God, you're a cloud princess.
Yes, Princess Ozone needs to be a thing in this castle. And it's all because of you.
Oh. Does that make me a trendsetter now?
Yes,
Or just
absolutely.
made me a vicariously trendsetter?
Or something. I don't know.
There's something you need, though.
What's that? I don't think I can wear it. Oh, I can. It's the right level.
Now you're Princess Ozone.
Oh, nice. Nice. Very good. Yeah, you got to come upstairs too. It's a little tight, but come on upstairs.
You call me fat?
Nope, it's it's tight for me too.
Oh, this is oh.
A princess
If I put a P underneath this,
has to have
you're going full lore.
the softest beds.
You have gone full lore. I love it.
Oh, I thought you would. I got to get me this
Hold on.
transmog. No, there's no Rapunzel hair coming down, but
That's what I was looking for.
there is rope, and it could work.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right,
Wow.
thank you. I need that
Princess
transmog. I don't.
Yes.
Like I
I
said,
love this
you
skin.
inspired it, so here we go. The castle has a princess now.
We need to get a dragon.
Oh, whoa. I don't know. I think that's beyond my capabilities. It was really easy to just pay somebody to make a new skin for me.
Maybe we can get Doc M on and he can get us an ender dragon.
We have to go to the end first.
Oh yeah, and we can't do that because we're kind of
Stuck.
blocked off from the land.
Yep.
That's a later thing.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, thanks for coming over. Thanks for letting me show off a little bit.
Goodbye, Your Highness. I shall bow as I leave. Have you met Princess Ozone?
You're looking official. Oh my god.
I know. I love it. I love it.
I was muted for my initial reaction, unfortunately.
I wasn't sure if you
Needless to
noticed
say.
when you came over the first time, but I was all
didn't,
suited
I
up.
didn't. Yeah. My eyes went anime for sure.
Oh, nice. Then it was worth every penny. Oh, that was amazing. And you know what? This whole Princess Ozone bit worked as well as I had hoped it would. So a big thanks to Callie Sushi for making the skin for me. I contacted her last week, and she did a great job, I think. I'm going to put her contact information in the description down below, in case you want to have your own skin update. And so here we are once again on the old green sofa. I had to break it out since we finally got moved into the new place and off of the mainland. So thank you so much to everybody for sticking out in this video. I sure hope that this video deserved a like, and if you liked it a lot, well, consider subscribing. I sure appreciate it. I've been Princess Ozone, and remember, be excellent to each other. I'm out.